Listen up. Stop scrolling. Stop everything. This is US MintX, and today I'm about to drop something that can literally change your financial life if you're paying attention. We're exposing the top 5 most valuable standing Liberty quarter dollars hiding in plain sight. And every single one of these coins is worth $300,000 or more. I'm serious. These look ordinary. They feel ordinary. And people are spending them every single day without realizing they're throwing away a silent fortune. Do not spend these coins. These coins are hidden wealth. These old coins are big treasures, and secret collectors want them badly. Right now, someone watching this is holding quiet wealth and doesn't even know it yet. Check your pocket now. Check your coin jar now, because each coin I'm about to show you gets bigger, rarer, more shocking, and more dangerous to ignore. Real auction shock. Nobody talks about these. These coins change everything. If you have these coins, it means you're holding a fortune. Collectors are fighting for these coins, and one tiny detail makes them special. Stay to the very end, because the final coin is a life-changing opportunity you do not want to miss. Coin number 1. Now listen carefully, because this first coin is already a monster. The 1920 standing Liberty quarter with the S Mint mark is the kind of coin that slips through hands quietly, and that's what makes it terrifying. This is not fiction. This is hidden treasure hiding in plain sight. The moment you see this coin, it doesn't scream money. It whispers it. And that whisper is worth $276,310 today. Let that sink in. A single quarter. Silent fortune. Serious money. A life-changing opportunity people are accidentally losing every single day. The danger with this coin is how normal it feels. You could hold it, feel the weight, hear the soft silver sound, and never realize you're touching quiet wealth. But collectors know, and once you understand why 1920 matters, everything changes. America in 1920 was under massive pressure. The country was coming out of World War I. The economy was unstable, silver demand was high, and the US Mint was pushed hard. Coins were struck fast, not carefully. Quality suffered. Survival suffered. And that stress is exactly why this coin exists the way it does today. This was a transition year. Inflation fears were real. People hoarded silver. Coins didn't sit in drawers. They circulated hard. They were used, abused, and melted. That's why finding a 1920 with S standing Liberty quarter in very fine condition with original brown layered toning is almost unheard of. Survival is rare, and originality is everything. When you look at this coin, Lady Liberty stands there holding the shield, an olive branch, and even in very fine condition, you can still feel her presence. The obverse isn't just a design, it's a statement of a nation trying to protect itself while offering peace. The reverse shows the eagle in flight, powerful and tense, like the country itself during that era. This design was bold, controversial, and short-lived in its purest form, which only adds fuel to collector obsession. Now feel this coin in your mind. It weighs 6.25 grams. That weight matters. It's solid. It's real. It's 90% silver and 10% copper, struck when silver actually meant something. The diameter is 24.3 millimeters. The thickness is about 1.75 millimeters. The edge is reeded, sharp enough to remind you this isn't modern junk. This coin has girth. It has presence. And when you hold it, you're holding history pressed under pressure. The San Francisco Mint is the key here. That tiny S Mint mark is everything. Coins from San Francisco were heavily used in commerce. They didn't get saved. They didn't get babied. They were spent until they were gone. That's why collectors obsess over the mint mark placement, the sharpness of the strike, and whether that S is still bold and original. A weak or damaged mint mark kills value. A cleaned surface destroys it completely. And let me be crystal clear right now. Do not spend this coin. Never clean this coin. Cleaning destroys original toning, and original toning is where the money lives. Those brown layers you see are not dirt. They are decades of natural aging. That antique look is exactly what collectors are fighting over. Clean it, and you wipe away hundreds of thousands of dollars instantly. What makes this coin feel almost dangerous to ignore is how many tiny details collectors obsess over. The shield lines, the date clarity, the rim definition, the surface texture. Even in very fine condition, originality beats higher grades that have been messed with. Collectors want honest wear, not artificial shine. This detail changes everything. At auctions, this coin doesn't get loud hype. It gets quiet. Phones come out. Bidders lean forward. Offers jump fast and aggressive. And when it's over, the winner doesn't flip it. They hold it. They lock it away. Supply keeps shrinking. Demand keeps rising. That's why this market value keeps climbing. This is not just worth serious money. This is quiet wealth that grows while nobody's watching. If you ever find one, patience is golden. Rushing is how people lose fortunes. Sending it for professional grading is critical. Guessing is how value dies. And the biggest mistake people make is treating it like pocket change. That's how hidden treasure disappears forever. Right now, this 1920s standing Liberty quarter, in very fine condition, with original brown toning, sits at a market value of $276,310. That's not hype. That's reality. This coin is special. This coin is a treasure, and people are accidentally losing it every single day. Stay till the end of this video, because what comes next is even bigger. The next standing Liberty quarter is rarer, more shocking, and even more dangerous to ignore. And once you hear it, you'll never look at your change the same way again. Next up, listen to me very carefully, because this is one of those coins that destroys lives in silence when people don't know what they're holding. This is not a normal quarter. This is not spare change. This is a hidden big treasure, and people are accidentally losing it every single day without realizing they just spent serious money. The 1924 standing Liberty quarter with the S mint mark is quiet wealth in its most dangerous form. It doesn't flash. It doesn't scream rare. It waits. And if you ignore it, you lose a life-changing opportunity. This coin comes from a moment in US history when pressure was everywhere. 1924 was not calm. America was still recovering from war. Industry was exploding. Silver was moving fast. And the US mint was under non-stop demand. Coins were not made to be collectibles. They were made to survive commerce, and most of them didn't. That's why this year matters. That's why this coin matters. The San Francisco Mint was striking coins that were immediately thrown into circulation, and they were spent hard. Very hard. That's why survival today is rare, especially in honest, very good condition. The danger of this coin is how easy it is to underestimate. Very good condition sounds ordinary to most people. Collectors know better. Very good, with originality beats higher grades that are damaged, cleaned, or altered. This coin tells the truth. The wear is honest. The surfaces are real. And collectors crave that authenticity. This is not fiction. This is hidden wealth hiding in plain sight. When you look at the design, Lady Liberty stands there again, shield forward, olive branch ready, representing a country trying to balance strength and peace. The design was controversial even then, and that controversy limited how long the pure form survived. On the reverse, the eagle in flight looks tense, almost urgent, like it knows something most people don't. That tension is exactly how this coin feels in your hand. It feels important, even when people don't understand why. Now let's talk about the physical reality of this silent fortune. This coin weighs 6.25 grams. That weight is not random. It's 90% silver, 10% copper, struck when silver was money, not decoration. The diameter is 24.3 millimeters. The thickness sits around 1.75 millimeters. The reeded edge is sharp enough to remind you this is not modern junk. When you hold it, it feels dense, grounded, valuable, because it is. The S Mint mark is the heartbeat of this coin. That tiny letter changes everything. San Francisco quarters from this year were heavily circulated, poorly struck, and rarely saved. Weak strikes are common. Full details are not. That's why collectors obsess over the date clarity, the mint mark visibility, the rim integrity, and the surface texture. One tiny detail can add or erase tens of thousands of dollars instantly. This detail changes everything. What makes this coin especially dangerous to ignore is how many people destroy its value without knowing it. Let me say this clearly and slowly. Do not spend this coin. Never clean this coin. Cleaning kills the surface. It strips away originality. It wipes out history. Original toning, even when dark or uneven, is exactly what collectors want. That natural aging is proof the coin hasn't been messed with. Once it's cleaned, the quiet wealth is gone forever. The reason collectors are fighting for this coin is simple. Supply is shrinking. Demand is rising. And the 1924S Standing Liberty Quarter is one of the toughest dates in the entire series. Most examples are worn slick or damaged. Finding one in very good condition with solid surfaces is rare. Finding one that hasn't been cleaned is even rarer. That's why when these show up at auction, the room changes. Auction behavior around this coin is intense, but quiet. No screaming, no showboating, just aggressive bidding and fast jumps. Collectors know what they're looking at. They know once they miss it, it may be years before another one appears. And when someone wins this coin, they don't rush to sell it. They hold it. They sit on it. They let it grow. Quiet wealth. Right now, the current market value of this coin sits around $265,000. For a quarter, that's serious money. That's life-changing wealth. That's the kind of hidden treasure that rewrites futures. And people are accidentally losing it every single day because they don't know what to check. If you ever come across one, slow down. Check the date. Check the mint mark. Look at the surfaces. Do not polish it. Do not wipe it. Do not guess. Professional grading is critical. Patience is golden. Rushing is how fortunes disappear. This 1924C Standing Liberty Quarter is special. It is a treasure. It is silent fortune disguised as pocket change. And if you're holding one right now, you're holding a fortune, whether you realize it or not. And stay right here, because the next coin is even rarer, even more shocking, and even more dangerous to ignore. The next Standing Liberty Quarter makes this one look almost common, and what comes next is where everything changes. Next up, I need you to lock in right now, because this is one of the most dangerous coins to ignore in American history. This is the kind of quarter that slips through fingers, drops into a register, and disappears forever, even though it's worth almost $300,000. The 1918 Standing Liberty Quarter, with no mint mark, is not loud. It doesn't beg for attention. It sits there with soft gray layers, quiet, patient, hiding a silent fortune. and people are accidentally losing it every single day. This coin was born in 1918, and that year was chaos. World War I was raging. America was under extreme pressure. Resources were tight, metal demand was brutal, and the US Mint was pushing coins out as fast as humanly possible. This was not a year for perfection. This was a year for survival. And that stress is exactly why this coin exists the way it does today. Corners were cut. Quality varied wildly. And most of these quarters were never meant to survive a century of use. What makes this coin especially dangerous is the missing mint mark. No letter, no obvious signal. That means it came from Philadelphia, and that's where the trap is. People assume no mint mark means common. Collectors know that's not always true. In 1918, no mint mark combined with this design creates a storm of rarity, especially in very good condition with original grey toning. This is not fiction. This is hidden wealth hiding in plain sight. When you look at the design, Lady Liberty stands strong, shield forward, olive branch extended, reflecting a nation fighting a global war while still reaching for peace. The design is raw, bold, emotional. On the reverse, the eagle is in flight, tense and aggressive, matching the energy of the time. This design wasn't just art. It was a message. And that message didn't last long in its original form, which is why collectors are obsessed with surviving examples like this. Now feel the physical reality of this coin. It weighs 6.25 grams, made of 90% silver and 10% copper. This was real money. The diameter is 24.3 millimeters. The thickness sits around 1.75 millimeters. The reeded edge still bites slightly when you roll it between your fingers. Even in very good condition, this coin feels dense. Solid. Important. Because it is. Those grey layers you see are everything. That soft, natural grey toning is proof of age and originality. That's not damage. That's history. And it's exactly what collectors want. Clean this coin and you erase its soul. Let me say it clearly. Do not spend this coin. Never clean this coin. Original surfaces are where the serious money lives. Survival is rare because these coins were worked to death. They circulated through war, through inflation, through economic uncertainty. They were handled thousands of times. Most were worn smooth or melted. Finding one that still has clear date definition, solid rims, and untouched surfaces is incredibly difficult. That's why collectors obsess over tiny details like shield lines, Liberty's outline, and the texture of the fields. This detail changes everything. Auction rooms go quiet when this coin appears. Not because it's weak, but because everyone knows what's at stake. Bidding jumps fast. Aggressive. Controlled. Collectors are not buying this to flip it. They're buying it to hold it, to lock away quiet wealth. Supply keeps shrinking. Demand keeps climbing. That's the perfect storm. Right now, the current market value of this coin sits around $288,570. For a quarter, let that hit you. This is life-changing wealth. This is a hidden big treasure. And people are accidentally losing it because they don't know what to look for. If you ever come across one, slow down. Check the date. Confirm there is no mint mark. Look for natural grey toning. Do not wipe it. Do not polish it. Do not guess. Professional grading is critical. Patience is golden. One bad move destroys hundreds of thousands of dollars instantly. This 1918 standing Liberty quarter without a mint mark is special. It's quiet wealth. It's serious money hiding in plain sight. And if you're holding one, you're holding a fortune, whether you realize it or not. And don't go anywhere, Because the next coin is even more shocking, rarer, more dangerous to ignore. What comes next makes this one look tame, and it's the kind of hidden treasure collectors are fighting over right now. Next up, stop what you're doing and lean in, because this coin is one of the most brutal traps in US coin history. The 1929 Standing Liberty Quarter with the D mint mark is a silent destroyer of fortunes. It looks worn. It looks spotted. It looks ordinary. And that's exactly why people are accidentally losing it every single day. This is hidden big treasure disguised as nothing special, and ignoring it can cost you over $250,000. This is not fiction. This is real money slipping through hands quietly. The year 1929 is not just another date. This was the edge of disaster. America was standing on the brink of economic collapse. Confidence was cracking. Money was tight. Silver mattered more than ever. Coins didn't sit still. They moved fast. They were spent hard and they vanished. The US Mint was under pressure, and Denver was striking quarters that were never meant to survive decades of circulation. That stress is burned into this coin, and it's exactly why survivors today are rare. What makes this coin dangerous is that it comes from the final years of the Standing Liberty design. This was the end of an era. The design was about to disappear forever, and coins from this period were used until there was nothing left of them. When people see a 1929 quarter, they don't think treasure. Collectors do, especially when they see that D mint mark and very fine detail still clinging to life. Look at the design closely. Lady Liberty stands firm, shield raised, olive branch offered, frozen in a moment of tension and resolve. The design feels heavier here, more serious, like it knows what's coming. On the reverse, the eagle in flight looks strained, powerful, and urgent. This wasn't just art. It was America's final statement before everything changed. Now let's talk about the physical truth of this coin. It weighs 6.25 grams, struck in 90% silver and 10% copper. This is real metal, real value. The diameter is 24.3 millimeters. The thickness is around 1.75 millimeters. The reeded edge is still sharp enough to remind you this coin wasn't made yesterday. Even with wear, it feels dense, heavy, important, because it is. Those brown spots you see are not damage. They are natural toning. They are proof this coin has not been stripped, dipped, or destroyed. That antique look is exactly what collectors crave. Original surfaces matter more than shine. Clean this coin, and you erase the very thing that makes it worth serious money. Let me be clear right now. Do not spend this coin. Never clean this coin. Original toning is where the quiet wealth lives. The D mint mark is everything here. Denver minted Standing Liberty quarters from 1929 were struck in limited numbers and circulated aggressively. Weak strikes are common. Survivors with clear dates, solid rims, and original surfaces are incredibly scarce. That's why collectors obsess over tiny details like the sharpness of Liberty's outline, the shield definition, and the clarity of the date. One tiny detail can swing value massively. This detail changes everything. Very fine condition is the sweet spot. It means the coin lived, but it lived honestly. No polishing, no shortcuts, just real history. That honesty is what drives collector demand through the roof. Most examples are either destroyed or messed with. Finding one that hasn't been ruined is rare. Finding one with natural brown toning is even rarer. When this coin appears at auction, the room tightens. Bidding doesn't crawl. It jumps. Fast. Controlled. Aggressive. Collectors know this isn't something they'll see again anytime soon. And once it's sold, it disappears into a collection. locked away. Held, not flipped. Supply shrinks. Demand climbs. Quiet wealth at work. Right now, the current market value of this coin sits around $271,560. For a quarter, that's serious money. That's life-changing wealth. That's the kind of hidden treasure that rewrites futures. And people are accidentally losing it because they don't slow down and look. If you ever come across one, pause. Check the date. Check the D-mint mark. Look at the surfaces. Respect the toning. Do not wipe it. Do not polish it. Do not guess. Professional grading is critical. Patience is golden. One careless move can destroy hundreds of thousands of dollars in seconds. This 1929D Standing Liberty Quarter is special. It is quiet wealth. It is a silent fortune hiding in plain sight. And if you're holding one right now, you are holding a fortune whether you know it or not. And do not go anywhere, because the next coin is the most shocking of them all. Rarer, more valuable, more dangerous to ignore. What comes next is where collectors truly lose their minds. And it changes everything. Next up, this is it. This is the one most people never see coming. And that's why it's the most dangerous coin of them all. The 1919 Standing Liberty Quarter with no mint mark is a silent fortune that destroys wealth quietly, casually, without warning. It looks dark. It looks spotted. Those black dots fool people every single day. And while someone shrugs and spends it, they're throwing away nearly $300,000. This is hidden big treasure in its most ruthless form. 1919 was not a calm year. America had just come out of World War I, but the pressure didn't stop. Soldiers were returning, jobs were unstable, inflation fears were everywhere. Silver mattered, money moved fast. Coins were used hard, not saved. The US Mint was under relentless stress, pushing out quarters to keep the economy moving. This was survival mode. That urgency is burned into this coin, and it explains why so few survived in collectible condition. The no mint mark is the trap. No letter means Philadelphia, and most people assume that means common. That assumption is exactly how fortunes are lost. In 1919, these quarters entered brutal circulation immediately. They weren't protected. They weren't collected. They were handled thousands of times. Finding one today in very fine condition, with original surfaces and natural black spotting, is incredibly rare. This is not fiction. This is hidden wealth hiding in plain sight. Look at the design and feel the tension. Lady Liberty stands exposed but defiant, shield forward, olive branch extended, representing a nation trying to protect itself while rebuilding after war. The design is bold, emotional, and controversial, which limited how long this exact look survived. On the reverse, the eagle in flight looks sharp and alert, like it knows the future is uncertain. This design wasn't just decoration. It was America speaking through metal. Now feel the physical truth of this coin. It weighs 6.25 grams. That weight is real money. 90% silver, 10% copper. This is not modern filler metal. The diameter is 24.3 millimeters. The thickness is about 1.75 millimeters. The reeded edge still has bite. Even with wear, this coin feels dense, grounded, valuable. Because it is. Those black dots are not damage. They are natural oxidation. They are proof this coin has lived a long, untouched life. That original surface is everything. Clean this coin and you erase its soul. You wipe out history. You destroy the quiet wealth instantly. Say it with me right now. Do not spend this coin. Never clean this coin. Original toning, even when dark or spotted, is where the serious money lives. Survival is rare because these quarters were worked relentlessly. They passed through hands during economic fear, labor strikes, and post-war instability. Most were worn smooth, damaged, or melted. Collectors today obsess over tiny details like the clarity of the date, the strength of Liberty's outline, the rim definition, and the untouched texture of the fields. One small detail can change everything. This detail changes everything. When this coin shows up at auction, it doesn't get hype. It gets silence, focus, aggressive, controlled bidding. Collectors know this isn't something they'll see again anytime soon. And when someone wins it, they don't rush to sell. They hold it. They lock it away. Supply keeps shrinking. Demand keeps rising. Quiet wealth doing exactly what quiet wealth does. Right now, the current market value of this coin sits around $285,230. For a quarter, let that hit you. This is life-changing money. This is serious wealth. This is a hidden treasure people are accidentally losing because they don't know what they're holding. If you ever find one, slow down. Check the date. Confirm there is no mint mark. Look at the black spotting. Respect it. Do not wipe it. Do not polish it. Do not guess. Professional grading is critical. Patience is golden. One careless move can erase hundreds of thousands of dollars in seconds. This 1,919 standing Liberty quarter without a mint mark is special. It is a treasure. It is a silent fortune hiding in plain sight. And if you're holding one right now, you're holding a fortune, whether you realize it or not. This is US MintX. And if this series just opened your eyes, remember this. The most valuable coins don't look rich. They look ordinary. And that's why people keep losing them. All right, stop right there. Because if you've made it this far, congratulations. You just unlocked a vault of hidden wealth most people will never even imagine is sitting in their pocket change. From the 1,920S all the way to the 1,919, no mint mark, every single one of these standing Liberty quarters is more than a coin. They're silent fortunes, life-changing treasures, quiet wealth hiding in plain sight, and people are spending them every day without a clue. Do not spend these coins. Do not clean them. Do not underestimate them. Originality, toning, mint marks, survival, these details change everything. Think about it. Every coin we just revealed has a story stamped in silver, a century of history pressing against its edges, and a market value that could literally transform your life if you stumble upon one. Collectors are fighting for these coins. Auctions go quiet. Bidding goes insane. And when someone finally wins, they don't sell, they hold. They know a fortune when they see it. And now, so do you. So here's the truth. The most dangerous coins in America aren't the ones everyone notices. They're the ones hiding in your change jar, in your pocket, in old collections, patiently waiting for someone who knows their real value. This is quiet wealth at its purest. Hidden treasure coins that can change everything in a moment. Check your pockets, check your drawers, check your coin rolls, because you might be holding a fortune without even knowing it. And remember, the next time you glance at a quarter, don't just see currency, see potential. See history. See life-changing opportunity. This is US MintX. Hidden treasures, silent fortunes, real money hiding in plain sight. And if you've learned anything today, it's this. Stop spending, start checking, and never underestimate the coins you think are just quarters. Stay vigilant. Your fortune could be closer than you think.